it be? For me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to the 2019 NFL Draft live pregame. All right, a lot of different things have happened throughout the course of the day. A lot of rumors swirling. Kind of want to get to the bottom of all of these to kind of set the table before we actually go live for the actual day one of the 2019 NFL Draft and the draft party live here on the Louie T Network. So wanted to come to you guys, chop it up with you for about 15 minutes, and then we will reconvene at 8 o'clock to start the draft party live. And that'll give you a chance to go use the bathroom, get your beverages. I'm going to go get me a beverage. I'm going to go get me a snack. Because once I sit down in this seat and we start chopping it up for the next 3.5, possibly 4 hours, most likely 3.5 hours, I'm not getting up. So I'm going to handle all my business. I ask that you do the same so we can hunker down and watch this draft together and chop it up for the next 3 hours and talk 2019 NFL Draft. So I want to open up the chat discussion and see what you guys have to say and what's going on today. And so I definitely want to get that done and allow you guys to weigh in on what's going on as we speak. So I saw a number of different things. For my Redskins fans out there, let me address you first. All right. So I don't think we're going to trade up. I've given you my top 5 things that I think are going to happen in the 2019 NFL Draft for the Redskins. I don't think trading up is one of those things. It would not shock me if they did, but I don't think they're going to trade up. I think if a quarterback that they like falls in their lap, and I'm starting to think that the 2 quarterbacks that they prefer in this draft are Haskins and Jones. I'm hoping, I'm praying that the Giants take Jones off the board at 6. That is my hope. If they take him off the board at 6, I'm cool. If they get Haskins, I'm fine with that. What I don't want is Ryan Tannehill Jr. on my football team. I'm good. I will pass. So I'm hoping the Giants don't get cold feet and say, you know what, we can wait to 17 like I did in the mock, because I really think they can wait to 17 and he'll be there. But I don't want to take that chance. I don't want the Redskins to be tempted to do something stupid. So I'd like him to be gone, and I'd like the Giants to take care of that problem for me at 6. We'll see what happens. We've heard about a number of things. The Jets want to get out of 3. The Raiders could be trading up to try to get Nick Bosa. We're going to dive into all of those things here on the pregame. Let's start with the Jets. First, let's start with number 1. I'm still thinking Kyler Murray's going 1, but the Cardinals, man, this is the craziest draft I think I've ever seen in terms of the unknown. Normally, we know who the number 1 pick is going to be. I know last year, Baker Mayfield kind of came out of nowhere, but none of us were shocked at the fact that Mayfield went number 1 because we knew it was going to be a quarterback. We knew it was going to be one of the quarterbacks, Darnold, Mayfield, one of those guys, okay? Rosen, we didn't know which one, but we knew it was going to be one. We thought it was going to be Darnold. It ended up being a Mayfield, but we knew it was going to be a quarterback. So much hinges upon Kyler Murray going 1. If he doesn't go number 1 overall, everything that we've talked about for the last 3 months goes out the window, and this draft is turned immediately on its head. It's upside down. Up is down, down is up, and sideways is all around the world. We don't know what the hell is going on if Murray doesn't go number 1 to the Cardinals. So in the event that he doesn't, now you've got teams that weren't in play to trade up thinking, hey, maybe we can go get Kyler Murray, a la the Redskins. And so things change drastically, and I think that's why the Redskins haven't made a deal with the Jets to come up, is because they're not coming up to get Haskins. They're not coming up to get Locke or Jones. I think they're coming up to get Murray. If they come up to number 3, it'll be for Kyler Murray. And the only way they're coming up to number 3 is if Murray isn't drafted number 1 overall by the Arizona Cardinals. So there are so many dominoes that could fall. If Murray does go number 1, say the 49ers decide, I could get out of 2 and go back to 4, still get a really good football player, and allow the Raiders to come up and get Nick Bosa, or I could just take him myself. So then the intrigue starts if Murray goes 1, because at 2, there's a decision to be made if, in fact, the Raiders are serious about coming up and getting Nick Bosa. They're not going to be able to stay at 4 and get him, because even if the 49ers say, you know what, we'll take Quinnen Williams instead of Bosa, which they're not going to do. They've got enough defensive tackle talent on their roster as it's constructed right now. They need edge rushing help. So I doubt seriously that they would take Williams over Bosa. But in the event that Murray goes 1, you got to think the 49ers are going to take Bosa. If they aren't going to take him and they trade back and allow the Raiders, if they're serious, to come up and get Bosa, then you see the dynamics of this draft starting to change already. And so I can't imagine the Raiders trading picks. They have too many holes. I understand that Nick Bosa is one of those blue chippers in this draft that you would love to get your hands on. I understand. I totally get it. I know why you would want to do something like that, but you have too many holes to fill. And let's face it, you only got 8 picks. I know we talk about these 3 first-rounders, and that's all great and it's fine and dandy. You only got 8 picks in this draft, though. So you need to, if anything, you should be looking to go backwards with 24 or 27 and allow somebody to come up and pick up more picks so you can throw more darts at the board if you're the Raiders. But there's something to be said also about getting rookie contracts with 5th-year options and really talented football players, and you have a chance to get 3 in the first round. So I don't know if I necessarily would subscribe to trading back if you're the Raiders, because you want to get as many guys on a rookie deal as possible with 5th-year options available, and you want to get as many talented football players, and that's generally what you get in the first round. So I understand it from both ends of the spectrum. Nonetheless, there's so much intrigue with this draft and what other teams will do. We heard the Lions. We heard the Bills both say, hey, we're open for business. If you want to come up to 8, if you're Detroit and you want this 8th pick, we're more than happy to move back if the compensation is right. Bills are saying the same thing. If you want to get in front of Denver, you got a quarterback that you like, you want to get in front of Denver, hey, we're open for business, man. Pick up the phone. You know the number. Come call him. Right, come call me. So those numbers, we're hearing the Falcons want to move up. I told you in my mock draft that I had the Falcons moving up. You've heard that the Steelers don't move up in drafts. What is this craziness? They're talking about potentially moving up. There are so many different moving parts. And just know this, on average, over the last 7 drafts, 6 trades have happened in the first round. Over the last 7 years, an average of 6 trades in the first round. So there are going to be trades, okay? Contrary to popular belief, movement will take place. It's just a question of when, where, and who are involved in these trades, but trades are going to happen. Generally, these trades are for quarterbacks. That might not be the case this year. They may be for defensive players because this draft is loaded on the defensive side of the football. That being said, let's get to your comments and see what you guys have to say. I'll try to get through as many of these as possible because we got 8 minutes left before I glide to the side, allow you to do what you have to do. I'll do what I have to do, and then we'll come back and reconvene at 8 to start the draft party live. JP says, what's going on, Lou? Draft is finally here. I know. Happy draft day, everybody. Geo Bove says, I want N'Keal Harry. A lot of teams want N'Keal Harry. JP says, I would really be happy if we get Haskin or Burns. I want Burns, personally. That's my number 1 guy to come away with in the first round. If we get Brian Burns, I would be ecstatic. But I never get what I want, so I'm not looking forward to doing that at all. Just Andre says, I think the Redskins could trade back and get Hollywood Brown. Every team thinks they can trade back in the first round, but you got to find a partner who's interested in trading to your spot. I don't know if anybody wants 15. What's at 15 that's going to make someone want to come up? Again, the draft will dictate whether someone wants to come up to 15 or not. Brian Emerson says, I'm at work watching your live stream for the draft. What's up, BE? Glad you could check in at the job. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep you locked in as to what's going on with your Cardinals and such in this draft. JP also says trade reports involving Kyle Rudolph to the Patriots are heating up. That's interesting, and I think the Vikings have kind of run their course with Kyle Rudolph. He was not a big part of their offense last year. It wouldn't shock me if they moved on from him and drafted a rookie this year. This is a loaded tight end draft. I think that would be something that they would entertain, and he would fit that Gronk mold in New England, so that wouldn't shock me either. DMV fan says, just no Daniel Jones at 15, please. You and me both are in the same boat, bruh. We don't want any parts of Ryan Tannehill Jr., and so I'm praying the Giants take him off our hands at 6. End the speculation. Just dead the drama at 6. Dead it, I tell you. All right? Just kill the noise and turn the volume all the way down to mute at 6 by taking Daniel Jones off. If they don't take him off the board at 6, then all of the anxiousness, the nervousness, that nasty pit feeling that I get in my stomach about the Redskins potentially doing something stupid at 15, all of those things will start to really exacerbate if he's not off the board after 6, because then I start to get nervous. Then I start thinking they're going to do something stupid like him or DK Metcalf at 15, and I just hope they do something smart for once in the draft. Abraham Medina says, the Skins can't get their franchise guy this year because no matter who we get, we're going to be bad, and Jay is going to get fired, and that's going to hurt a developing quarterback. I feel the same way you do. Jay wants no part of a developing quarterback. He said it as many times as people have stuck a mic in his face, and he's had the opportunity to say it. He said it in 16 different languages. He doesn't want a rookie quarterback because a rookie quarterback isn't going to help him win in 2019. He's fighting for his job in 2019. He can't afford to draft a rookie in the first round because that guy isn't going to contribute to his roster in a meaningful way. He's looking to get a football player that can come in and help him gain job security by helping him win football games. A rookie quarterback, nonetheless, will not be able to do that. And to make matters worse, that rookie quarterback not going to get reps, okay? Because Case Keenum is going to be the week 1 starter. I feel confident, barring injury, of that. And also, like you said, if you draft a young guy, he learns Jay Gruden's playbook and he learns the nuances of what Jay wants him to do, and then you fire Jay, now he's got to start all over. That's a bad recipe for a young developing quarterback. I couldn't agree with you more. So, let's see. Redskin Highlight says, there are too many players I would be upset with us if the Redskins... He says, there are too many players I would be upset with us getting. Don't F this up. That's you hope they don't F it up, but at the end of the day, it's the Redskins we're talking about here. So as I've said, and this is almost like a new mantra for me when it comes to my Redskins, I hope for the best, expect the worst, okay? That's all I can do at this point is hope for the best, but expect the worst. That's what they've preconditioned me to expect and feel. So that's the motto and the approach that I live by with the Redskins, and we'll see how that turns out for us in the 2019 NFL Draft. Lorenzo Simpson says, Redskins can't sell us on trading up. Sit back and wait for Burns. I couldn't agree with you more, Lorenzo. I mean, if they're smart, that's how this will go. I tweeted, I wouldn't say I was tweeting with my man JP, but I was tweeting with somebody, and I said, the Redskins need to put the goddamn seatbelt on, all right? Just treat this draft like an airplane with turbulence. Put your damn seatbelt on and don't get up from 15. Put your seatbelt on, get comfortable, don't move from 15, and then after 15, you can unbuckle the seatbelt. The seatbelt light is off. You can get your ass up, walk around the draft if you like, do whatever the hell you want. Don't get up until after you make your pick at 15. That's the smart thing to do if you're the Redskins. So we'll see what the hell happens. But anyway... Just Andre says, there was a report that said Bruce and Dan want Haskins, but apparently Jay and other people want Jones. I don't think Jay is in that discussion. From what I've heard, and this is what I've gathered, that Bruce and Dan want Haskins, and then the scouts in the organization want Jones. They're higher on Daniel Jones, and so there's an internal struggle. We already know who's going to win that battle. If Haskins gets close enough, we already know how this is going to go. So again, much like Jones, if you're a person out there that doesn't want Haskins, I don't have a problem with the Redskins drafting Haskins. I don't want them moving up to do it, but if they do, so what? It is what it is. At this point, I've already come to that point where I've resigned in my mind that could happen. I'm okay with that as long as they're not doing something idiotic like trading all the way up to 3 to do it, which I don't think they're going to do for Haskins. I think they do that for Murray, but that's nor here nor there. Bottom line is I just don't see the Redskins doing anything crazy like that, so I'm fine with that. And so that's going to do it for this portion of the live stream, this pregame. A lot of different things swirling right now. I know a lot of you are anxious to get this draft underway. We've waited so long, and this is one of the most anticipated drafts in recent memory because we just don't know. Expect the unexpected in the 2019 NFL Draft. Remember, I'm your man, Louie T, and guess what? If it's not your man, T, it's not the best NFL coverage it could be. Go get your beverage. Go get your refreshments. Go use the bathroom. Go do whatever you need to do. Come back here in 15 minutes and join me live for the 2019 NFL Draft Party live here on the Louie T Network. I will see you then. Have a good one.